Ahoy there, shipmates, and welcome back to Quarantine Kids Storytime. This is the penultimate chapter of Flyntlock Bones and the Sceptre of the Pharoahs, written by Derek Kielty and illustrated by Mark Elvins. Jack and I would like to say a huge thank you once again to Scallywag Press for granting us permission to read this book. Now, last time we left our two captives, Flynn and Red, Moriarty was about to start his destruction of the Black Hound as well as try to become the most powerful pirate in the world, thanks to his mummy army and the Sceptre of the Pharoahs, which he stole from the museum, if you remember correctly. What's going to happen next? Let's find out. Chapter 12. Showdown. Red and I stare at each other, a look of horror on our faces. What kind of monster is Moriarty? How could he sail a burning ship into a defenceless crew of innocent sailors? Then I see Dogbite come running towards me.
What about the prisoners, Captain?
I've a good mind to let them go up in smoke with this old wreck, but you'd better take 'em aboard the Serpent and tie 'em to the mast. I'll figure out what to do with them later.
Next thing, two burly mummies seize Red and me. They grab a rope and swing over the water between the boats, landing with us on the Serpent. They pin us against the mast while another mummy fetches some thick rope.
Red, listen to me, I whisper. Remember to take a deep breath while they're tying us up. What? Why? There's no time to explain it to you. Just trust me, okay?
Red looks at me like I've gone crazy. One mummy grips us by the arms while another binds us to the mast. Oh, I hope Red hasn't forgotten what I told her. The chief mummy sets the barge on fire, then strides to the helm to steer it on its deadly trajectory towards the Black Hound. A strong gust of wind billows the single sail, propelling the burning boat towards the anchored Black Hound and its helpless crew. I wonder if Fishbreath is on guard in the crow's nest, then realise that even if they did hoist anchor now, there would not be enough time to sail away from the smaller and faster boat. I don't want to think about what will happen if it crashes into the Hound with the captain and crew too sick to escape. They are sitting ducks. The mummy tying us up does not notice that Red and I have taken in deep lungfuls of air.
What was all that about?
Red splutters when the mummy leaves. A trick I read somewhere that makes us bigger and the rope looser. Not much, but just enough, so I could get my hands free. The trick has bought me enough room to rub the rope, binding my wrist against the gnarled mast until I feel it begin to snag and break apart. Nearly there. Just the thick rope binding us to the mast now. I still have the flint arrowhead I found earlier concealed in my palm. Methodically, I start to carve, the frayed strands of rope falling on my fingers. Finally, the rope falls to our feet. We are free at last. We need to destroy the mummies, I say, especially the chief mummy who's steering the fire ship into the Hound. Red doesn't answer me. Red! Where are you?
Where do you think you're going, you rancid sea rat?
Moriarty roars, appearing round the mast. Stop the fire ship, Moriarty, and call off your evil mummies. You'll never get away with this. The Navy will lock you up and throw away the key. The pirate captain extends his arms like he is about to take a bow.
Oh, but I think you'll find I just have got away with it. Soon I'll be rid of my old enemy, Watkins, and his crew of interfering idiots. He's so irritating, I'm starting to find you irritating, too. I should have left you and that meddlesome girl back there on the fire ship.
Dogbite scurries over, out of breath.
Captain, I just spotted a couple of ships on the horizon.
Talking of irritating, but I guess that's perfect. Saves me the time of looking for them. I'll have both of those Navy ships for starters.
I'll pick up a cutlass and swing it wildly. You can't defeat the Navy, Moriarty. Give yourself up and they might spare your life. Moriarty laughs.
What are you doing with that, lad? Bit young to be playing with swords. You'll cut yourself.
Sensing danger, the mummies all cluster round me like a pack of loyal dogs.
Seems my new crew don't take kindly to you threatening their king.
Snarls Moriarty. The mummies move in closer. I jab my cutlass at one but miss my target, tripping over and falling on my face. Struggling to get up, I feel a smelly, bandaged arm grab me by the throat and start to throttle me. Fighting for breath, I see the barges now engulfed in flames and heading straight for the Hound. The mummies don't seem bothered by the fire and smoke. It's like they are indestructible. No wonder Moriarty wanted a ship full of them. Desperation overcomes me. It's hopeless. What do I think I can do? Are the mummies too strong? Aye! Suddenly, two familiar feet swing through the air towards Moriarty, kicking the sceptre from his grasp. It rolls across the deck. "Get a move on, Flynn!" cries Red, landing beside me. The mummy is distracted and loosens its grip around my neck. I know I only have seconds to act. With as much strength as I can muster, I'll duck from the mummy's grasp, wriggling free. Then, in a lightning move, I bring my cutlass down onto the sceptre, smashing the crystal amulet to smithereens. With an otherworldly wail, the mummies begin to stagger about the ship, their bandaged bodies darkening to the colour of soot. They shimmer and fade until they are nothing more than statues of dust, quickly caught up in the wind. A heartbeat later, the deck is thick with swirling clouds of filthy ash, rising upwards to blacken the serpent's sails. And the mummies are no more. I stare out at the barge and see it veer off course away from the Black Hound. The mummy at the helm has vanished, joining the smoke from the roaring flames. Moriarty looks like he is about to explode.
You've ruined everything, you little bilge rat.
He strides towards me, face reddening, teeth clenched, cutlass raised.
I'll feed your guts to the crocs.
He threatens. I stagger backwards and find to my dismay that I'm following Red onto the plank. Moriarty advances, scowling venomously. Drudger appears from the gloomy shadows, grinning.
Puking ain't gonna get you out of this one, Bones.
Moriarty growls like an animal, his beady eyes narrowing. There's only one way to go. Red grasps hold of my hand and shouts, "Jump!" We plunge into the cold sea. I swallow a mouthful of water. "We'll have to swim to the Hound," Red splutters. I'm hopeless at swimming. I'm not sure I can make it." Then I catch sight of something by the curve of the bow. I rub salt water from my eyes. Wait a minute. Look. Maybe we won't have to.
Look! There's a boat tied up over there. We swim for it as Red gasps. It's our jolly boat, the one Drudger took to get here. As we climb aboard, I hear a clanking noise. The anchor emerges from the sea to be raised up the side of the ship. Looks like Moriarty's leaving before the Navy get here. He's not so brave now his mouldy crew have vanished, Red says. I'll grab the oars. Let's get out of here. I notice Red has something strapped to her back. The few remaining fragments of yellow crystal glittering in the sun. The Sceptre! Oh my word! Moriarty may have gotten away this time, but what about the Sceptre? Is it still working now it's broken? Join Jack Chandler and myself for the final exciting chapter in Flyntlock Bones and the Sceptre of the Pharoahs, written by Derek Kielty and illustrated by Mark Elvins. Jack and I would like to once again extend a huge thank you to Scallywag Press for granting us permission to read this book. Now, if you cannot wait till the last chapter, please do support Scallywag Press by buying the book. The link is down in the description box. Click there and it will take you straight to the landing page where the book is. In the meantime, thank you so much once again for supporting Quarantine Kids and of course for supporting Scallywag Press in particular during this uncertain time. My name's Sascha Cooper and you've also been listening to Jack Chandler on Quarantine Kids Storytime. Take care everybody and stay safe out there as always. Bye bye!